SPAWN, the Salmon Protection and Watershed Network, is a volunteer-driven organization. We couldn't succeed without them. We couldn't continue without them. We're based here in the Lagunitas Creek watershed in Marin County. Our goal is to restore and recover the critically endangered coho salmon. Julie and NoahLani have been with SPAWN for at least a decade.
So that's a nice male across.
I've been a volunteer with SPAWN along with my son since 2002. He was 6 years old when we first took a training to be creek naturalists, and we've been doing it ever since.
My mom and I, we lead tours for the salmon. We show people the salmon.
The female releases milt.
The female releases
I'm sorry, the male releases.
It's been incredible to watch NoahLani grow up. Some of the first times I met him, he impressed me by knowing all the scientific names of all the reptiles and amphibians of the area.
The salmon are called anadromous fish. That means that they can spawn in fresh water, and then from the fresh water they go out to the ocean. They stay there for a while, and then they come back to the fresh water.
And that's what anadromous means. Salmon have a really cool story. They're swimming up against the current, kind of racing the clock toward their death. This titanic battle. She's sort of in the middle of the creek. Maybe they're spawning with their last breath, and people really like to come see that. There's a little bit of a mound there. I'm a volunteer for the Salmon Protection Watershed Network, SPAWN, and do basically anything I can to help the salmon here in Marin. We also try to do a lot of restorations, planting native plants which will provide better cover for the baby salmon. Also, I volunteer with the Point Reyes National Seashore. And then there's also sort of a lot of work being done in monitoring the salmon, so counting the adults that are spawning. I think with this net it would be definitely really hard to catch them. They're super fast swimmers. And also counting the baby salmon as they're going out to the ocean. 120.
I've enjoyed the company of the people that I've met, really wonderful people who are very, very dedicated, who know so much about it, and to be able to learn from them, it's been great.
As the species declines, that has impacts on the ecosystem as a whole. There's another carcass that the turkey vulture's eating right now. And it's also really important just to protect the species to, promote the biodiversity of the ecosystem and of the planet. I'd like to stay involved in any way I can with helping the salmon, and I definitely want to make sure that the salmon are here for everyone else to see.
If we had more people like Julie and NoahLani, these fish would be on their way to recovery.
A lot closer to the fish. It's not a great place to take a large group because you don't really want to disturb the salmon when they're spawning.